The last thing we need to model for this chair is the backrest here that spans between these two back rails. There are many ways you could do that, but just to keep it simple, I'll just make a box, and to get it up there, I'll use AutoGrid, and I'll put the mouse right here on this surface and draw out a box about like this. And I'm not going to be able to type in a number to get this precisely located because of our bends that we've done and tapers that we've done to the back rails. So I'm just going to eyeball it, and what I'll do is sink it some distance into the back rail like that. Now I still have this tripod on my cursor, so I'll uncheck AutoGrid to turn that off. The next thing we need to do is perhaps rotate this into position. I'll go to rotate and rotate it up in this direction, and then I'll move it, but as I try to move it, notice that there's no transform gizmo. That's because the transform gizmo is down here. I'll change the reference coordinate system to view and the transform center back to pivot point mode. That makes it easy to move the object from its own center point. And maybe I'll move it up a little bit and back, just so. And now I'd like the box to bend to match the curvature of the rail. So right now we don't have topology in the right direction. I'll right click here and add some length segments, and then we'll use a bend modifier to bend that, and it's not going in the right direction. How about Y? That's better. Okay, so I'm just going to estimate it, what I call eyeballing it. We'll get it into position. Maybe I need to rotate it a little bit more just to get it just so. Alright, so you could call it done, but let's go a little bit further. And another thing I notice is that we have a little problem. This is sticking through there, so maybe if I sunk that down a little bit, we wouldn't perceive that anymore. Move it up. Perhaps I need to make it a little thinner too. I'll go back to the box here and make it a little bit smaller, like that. It's quite a lot of little adjustments to get it right where you want it. Okay, one other thing we could do is give a little bend in the opposite direction here to make the seat concave. I'll add some segments in that direction and add another bend modifier on top of the stack. So I'll select this one and add another one on top of that, and I'll bend it, but I want it to bend symmetrically about the middle of this box. Right now it's bending like that, which isn't what I want. So I need to expand this modifier and go to its center point and move that center point over into the middle of the box. And to get that just right, we'll need to go into the top viewport by pressing T to move that over into the middle, like so. And I'll go back to perspective by pressing P, and I'll return to object level and just get this bent a good amount, and then I'll have to move things around again to get them just so. That looks good. I'll go out of edged faces mode and zoom out, and there we've completed the chair.